Good morning, everybody. Although it is certainly much closer to afternoon than it is to morning. Enjoy the start of my day today. I'm enjoying seeing the families that I'm dropping off the meals to and being a positive light in their day. We are the building managers of our property, and we had to put in some new sand and gravel in our cigarette bud dispenser. And I was going to go to Walmart on East Capitol to go look for some gravel to put some in. Ended up just grabbing sand. However, as I was coming off of Green Bay onto Capitol, saw a woman. Couldn't tell at first it was a man or woman. This is crazy because actually there's two left turn lanes to get onto Capitol. And there was a beggar on the street, and I was at first gonna go in the left lane because, as most of us do, we like to be in wherever the shortest line is. Well, when I saw the person, I went to the right lane, and then I saw some coins sitting right next to me in my car. So I waved her over, gave her some coins, and she said, "Can you give me some food?" And that's my favorite question to hear from people in need, because that's something that I really feel like we know that the money is going to something that you need. So I say, "Yeah, I'll be right back." She said, "How long?" I said, "About 15 minutes. So drive to Walmart real quick, ask if they got gravel. They didn't. However, the food section was open, and they had some chicken for like $6.50 for 8-piece. So that was straight. Grabbed that, brought it back to her. And as I pulled around, Home Depot was right over there. So as I was about to go to Home Depot, I whipped a Yui and gave her a 20 because she was just so grateful, and had a conversation, wanted to find out how she ended up in the position that she was in, why she was going through what she was going through, what she was going through. She told me that she's been on the streets for about 6 years because she had lost a job, no one will hire her, and she's unable to get into the shelters because you need an ID to get into the shelters, and she didn't have the money to get an ID. So she's like, "I can now." She said I could use another 10. She wasn't really asking me though, and I gave her another 20. Then this was nice about the quarantine because there was no traffic behind me, so I could literally sit through an entire light and not have that affect anything. So it was a good conversation. I went to the Home Depot and then ended up deciding to go with the sand anyways. So went back one more time because it's only like 3 minutes away, and I was going to go give her a ride downtown. So she ended up not being there anymore. And the part that I regret was that I didn't take her with me to Walmart to get the food, because she had said, "Oh, can I go with you to get some food?" I said, "Oh, I'll just go grab it and bring it right back to you." And I wish I would have given her that opportunity to spend some time in a warm car, considering she's sleeping in an abandoned truck. So how often is she getting some warm? And I could have saved her some money from the bus by just being the person that drives her downtown. So that would have been smooth if I would have known that as well. And there is a gentleman, we just spoke about Mother Teresa yesterday. There is a gentleman in Arizona who had the opportunity to interview Mother Teresa, and he said, "What could I ever do for you?" And she said, "Go to the streets of Phoenix at 4 a.m. and go make someone know that they're not alone who thinks they're alone." So that's really the message of compassion. And reading just a bit about Mother Teresa as I did, the amount of compassion and acceptance that she had for everyone. From what I recall, Jesus had shared, "What you do for the least of me, you do for me." It reminds me of a story of a gentleman that was supposed to have Jesus over to hang out at his house. And he had prepped this nice dinner. Everything was ready. Someone came, asked for some food. He told that person, "I can't give you any food because I got a guest coming over." Maybe an hour or so later, someone came asking for water. He said, "I can't give you anything to drink because I got someone coming over." And then thirdly, someone came asking to stay the night. He said, I can't let you stay here because I got someone coming." And Jesus never ended up showing to that man's house for dinner and to stay the night. And they ended up reconnecting later. And the gentleman asked Jesus why he never came. And he said, "I did come to you. I came to you 3 times. And 3 times you said no to me." Not realizing that we're all one. So when you share kindness to one, you share kindness to all. The goal is to love everyone. It was funny because we were on a conference call the other day, and one of the members of the call had said that they didn't want an outro of a video to say "love so-and-so's name," that they wanted it to say something more simple, "Thanks for watching." And it was because that individual said, "Yes, I care about everyone, however, I don't love everyone." And this is a good person, someone that has a beautiful heart, that cares for all. However, that next step that we need to take as a society is love. Love for all. So I encourage all of us to do something for the least among us. And least, not as a human, we're all equal. Least as in the decisions that have been made have not put that individual in a position to maximize their potential. Sometimes it's circumstantial though. I remember the first time that I spoke to an individual who was in need, and the first time I donated and actually got to know the person. It was just $5, as I was at a conference for the BWW Amway business. And we were in the tunnel, and I just asked the guy, I was like, "What happened?" And he worked construction, got an injury, got addicted to pills. Happens to a lot of people. Be grateful for your health of mind. Be grateful for our health of mind. Having a healthy working mind that's able to think and process and communicate and share and learn is such a blessing. Such a blessing. I'd like to share one quote from my reading. I read about Rhea's smile, and essentially this is a teenager who lost her brother to gun violence in Detroit. And not too long before he passed away, they had this conversation as she had the opportunity to go to Nicaragua, I believe it was. And she almost didn't go. And this is what her brother said to her. Her older brother, who was getting ready to go to college and decided not to go because he ended up having a kid, so he got a job at Red Lobster. He ended up being a mentor for the whole family. And this is what he shared with her. After she had said that she was scared to go on the trip. In life, you're going to be scared of certain things. But those are the things worth going for. That's how you know they're worth it. You can't expect to have a good ending with anything unless you go through the challenges to get there. It's about stretching our comfort zone. That's the way that you grow. That's the way you get to experience something new. The only way you get to experience the thrill of a roller coaster is by being willing to sit down and get on. And life is a roller coaster, and you're on it. It's going to have its ups and downs. However, the way that we maximize this experience is to follow our heart and follow our intuition. And when we have that hunch, that knowing to do something, even though it might seem scary and unknown, it's the right thing to do. It's the right next step so that we can move beyond. Because life, we think that life is a line, but life is really a spiral. And it keeps bringing you back to the same scenarios. The ones you thought you had moved beyond, the ones you thought you had thought beyond, you were able to think past them. However, it's not just thinking past them, right? We learned that it's acting beyond them. You need to act through them. When we act through something, then we can grow through something. So take action today on whatever you're most scared of. Much love to all. I will say this. For many of us, it's a simple conversation that will be much less scary than you think it actually is.